Hey everyone, this is Dr. Layla Galban, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about assimilation. So far, we have been discussing English phonemes or segments individually, one by one. But when we speak rapidly in connect speech and in order to be fluent, our pronunciation of sounds changes a little bit. Sound change one another and in different ways. Let's see how these things go. First, what's assimilation? Um, this is a very important term because we find that assimilation is there in all human languages, and it's a way that we use in order to make our pronunciation easier and facilitate the articulation process. And it's found, as I said, in all languages. So on connected rapid speech, neighboring sounds usually affect one another. When a sound becomes more like another, it means that they assimilate or become similar. So look at the word itself, assimilation. It's derived from the root simile, okay? شبه بعض حاجات مشابهة. Okay, assimilation. So sounds, when they get together next to one another, they assimilate or they influence one another in different ways. And this influence or this assimilation is very crucial in order to facilitate and simplify the articulation process and facilitate pronunciation and save our time and our energy and make us communicate so easily and comfortably. Okay, today we're going to talk about assimilation in terms of two important things. One is direction of influence, okay, which consonant affects which one, and what's the direction? Is it from left to right or from right to left? And the second topic is the types of influence, okay, and what are the different kinds of assimilation according to this type of influence, okay. As far as directions of influence, okay, we have two main types of assimilation in this regard. Number one, regressive or anticipatory assimilation. Regressive, okay, here we find that a sound is influenced by another sound following it. So here we have consonant 2 influence consonant 1. Look at this example, 10 minutes, okay, 10 and minutes. Here we have two consonants. Consonant 1 is no, consonant 2 is ma. Both are nasals and they have to assimilate because na is an alveolar consonant and ma is a bilabial consonant. Here we find that which one affect the other. Here, look at the result after assimilation here, 10 minutes. So ma, which is a second consonant or consonant number 2, influences consonant number 1, which is na. So what kind of assimilation is this? It's regressive. It's backward because 2 affects 1. C1 and C2. C2 affects C1. Consonant 2 affects consonant 1. So 10 minutes becomes 10 minutes. It's as if ma sounds obliges or makes na be like it. So both become one sound. So we have 10 minutes. Ma is stronger. Ma is stronger here. It affects na. And the na is weak. It's vulnerable to change. So here the consonant, which is powerful here, is ma. It's number 2 affecting 1. Is why this kind of assimilation is called regressive assimilation. نحن بنرجع لورا الكونسونانت 2 بيأثر على كونسونانت نمبر 1 وده بيعتبر مشابه أو إدغام بنرجع فيه إلى الوراء backward from right to left من اليمين للشمال، فاحنا كده بنرجع زي ما انتوا شايفين. اوكي. Let's look at another example. Good boy, good boy. Okay, we have here D, which is, or D, which is consonant number 1, and B or B, which is consonant number 2. We find that it turns as good boy. Okay, what happens is that D changed into B due to the influence of the following B. So B in boy affects D in good and makes it assimilate to it, become actually here identical. So C2 affects C1. For what sort of assimilation here? It is regressive assimilation, backward assimilation. Okay. Second is progressive assimilation. Here a sound is influenced by another sound preceding it. So here we have the opposite. Look at this example. Rich and star. Okay. Here we find the final consonant here is sh. Okay. And the second word starts with a consonant which is s. Okay. So what happens is that the first consonant affects the second consonant. So we say rich star. Okay, so one affects two. So we move forward, not backward. بنتنقل لقدام من 1 ل 2. Okay, from 1 to 2. Okay, so in this case we call this sort of assimilation progressive assimilation. Okay, hit. And when we use the either the plural form s, okay, or the third person singular present tense, here we add s also, so we say hits. Why don't we say hits? We cannot. Why? Because T is a voiceless consonant. And if we want to pluralize a word, okay, we have to add s, and s here must be or s here must be pronounced as sa, to assimilate عشان يبقوا شبه بعض, عشان to be similar. Why? Because it would be very difficult for us to have a voiceless consonant followed by a voiced consonant. This is difficult. It takes time to make this change. And when we speak rapidly, we want to make sounds similar in order to unify the place of articulation and the manner of articulation, in order to save our time and our energy, and to speak rapidly. Okay, so when we do that, we achieve what a very important thing in connected speech. So register here, it's consonant number 1 affects consonant number 2, hits consonant number 1, t affects consonant number 2, and it becomes s, not z. Look at seam here, it ends with a voiced consonant which is ma, and look at z here, the s of seam, it's pronounced as z. So we say seems, because ma and za are voiced. This is convenient for us. دي شيء بيريحنا إن الأصوات تكون متشابهة مع بعضها. Okay, help. If you add the ed, how can you pronounce it? Okay, yes. Look, p here comes finally in help. So the ed must be pronounced as t, in order to assimilate, in order to suit, in order to be similar to the voiceless final P. Okay, فبيوافقوا مع بعضهم. هم شايفين ان ال P is voiceless, فال ED مش هتبقى ED بقى, مش هننطقها ده, لا هننطقها ولا كده, لا هننطقها تبقى helped. ده بيحصل in all human languages. You understand? let me give you an example in Arabic. When we say, for example, mazgoon, mazgoon, okay? So sa here is we pronounce it as za. Why? Because it comes between two voiced consonants, ma and ga, mazgoon. فعلشان تبقى هي voiceless في النص كده لا, it's difficult for us. So in order to facilitate عشان نسهل النطق, we make it also voiced. So say mazgoon. We turn it from sa into za. Okay? And you say astaghfirullah al-azim. You say astaghfir. Instead of ghin, we say astaghfir. Okay? Astaghfir. Say astaghfir. Okay? You replace ghin by kha. ليه يا جماعة؟ علشان الغين هنا في استغفر جاء ما بين الت وف والاتنين are voiceless. So we change the غ into خ. It's sister. خ أختها. نفس ال place of articulation بس إيه مختلفة في إيه؟ في ال voicing. One of them is voiced and the other is voiceless. مين ال voiced is غين. طب مين ال voiceless is خ. السياق هنا عايز ايه؟ عايز voiceless. نبقى نحط الغاء استغفر الله. Okay? This happens in our daily speech and in our because it's rapid and we have to be fluent and we want to save time and energy and so on. فاحنا كده عندنا two kinds of assimilation in terms of direction. من ناحية الاتجاه بتاع مين بيأثر على مين. Okay? So we have if consonant 2 influence consonant 1, we call it regressive. Okay? So it's what? It's backward. If consonant 1 affects consonant 2, as in these examples, we call it progressive. Okay? Right? Okay, let's move on to another point, which is the types of assimilation. Here we have place assimilation, manner assimilation, energy assimilation. الأصوات وهي بتحاول تقرب من بعضها وتبقى similar. ممكن تقرب في المكان, it's a place of articulation. ممكن في المانر, طريقة, in the way of articulation. ممكن في الانرجي يبقى ايه واحد voiced turns into voiceless and vice versa. These are the three important kinds of or types of assimilation. Okay, let me check first if things are okay with the mic. Yes. Here we go. Yes, place for articulation and place assimilation. Yeah. Here I want you to pay attention to these 5 consonants. وتاخدوا بالكم ان هم all of them are alveolar consonants, and they are the major consonants that change their place in order to assimilate to the following consonants. هم دول الناس او الكونسونانتس اللي بيتغيروا وبيغيروا اماكنهم عشان to assimilate, عشان يعني يتوائموا معاه ويبقوا شبه الاصوات اللي جايه بعدين. Okay, so لما اجي اشوف ما فيش تعب ولا حاجه. I'm not going to have a problem at all. Here I have only how many? 5 consonants. All of them are alveolar consonants. We pronounce them by having the tip of the tongue touching or be very close to the alveolar ridge. So here t, d, n, s, z. Okay, so these are the 5 consonants which will change, which will assimilate to the following consonants. هم دول اللي هيتغيروا الأصوات اللي بعدهم. Okay, تعال نشوف كده. The first one alveolar ت د ن ت د ن. ناخدهم دول الأول ت د ن. Okay, they change into bilabials b b sorry p b m. Okay, respectively after p b m and w. يبقى الت changes into p before a before b m و and 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 ب. اوكي. so ساعة ما اشوف الت جه وراها واحدة من ال four sounds يعني a word starting with any of these four consonants, I change the t into p. Okay, let's see. For example, act peacefully. It's gonna be here act t followed by p. What's the rule here? T followed by p. Okay, it changed into, must change into p. Okay, so let's read. Act peacefully. Act peacefully. We have two p. Two p. Okay, act peacefully. That boy هتبقى دي نطقها زي ت followed by ب ت. Let's look at the rule. T followed by ب. How can we pronounce it? We're gonna pronounce it as p. So say that boy, that boy, that boy. Okay, and look at that man, that man. Okay, we're gonna pronounce it. Look at the rule. T change into p if it is followed by a ma. So here that a man, man. So the t must change into a p. Okay, or a p. So you say the man. So this is the first rule, the first element here. T, d, na. Change into the bilabial b, ma, ma, b, ma. Immediately or before these four consonants b, b, ma, and wa. Okay, so علشان ما نتلخبطش عندنا ت. okay هتتحول إلى ب لما يجي وراها الفور consonants دول. okay, act peacefully. The boy, the man. okay, white paper. okay, تاني act peacefully. The boy, the man, white paper. Look at the transcription here and how T is T change into P in all these examples. Okay, second خلصنا T. The second D or D. Okay, we're gonna D will change into what? Will change into B. طب ليه? Why? Because D and B are voiced consonant. طب why does T change into P في الأولانيين؟ عشان T and P are voiced. فلازم يبقوا very similar. Okay, so D will change into B when before P, B, M, and W. Okay, let's look at the examples. Good morning. It's gonna be good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good boy. Good boy gonna be good boy. Good place gonna be good place. Understand? The third is na. Okay, also will change into what? Into ma before these consonants p, b, ma, and wa. Let's look at the examples. Yes, here we have 7 men. 7 men. Okay, 7 men. Green bark. بدل green bark تبقى green bark. Green park. Okay, and Wednesday. Wednesday. هنا عندنا الوا جت إنها يبقى إنها تتحول إلى على طول إلى الماء تبقى Wednesday. Runway. Look at this example also. Sandwich. There's no D. Okay, and sandwich and n followed by wa, and here we apply the rule, so we say sandwich. So we can conclude this a very important part here. T, d, na will change into p, m, b, m after or before these four consonants p, b, m, and w. Okay, فناخد واحدة واحدة كده. الت تبقى ب، الد تبقى ب، وإنه تبقى ما بعد الرباعي دول الفور consonants احنا شايفينهم كلهم ايه يا جماعة. can haven't you noticed something? all of them are bilabial consonants. كل دول bilabial consonants. بيحولوا الفيلر consonants الآخرين للbilabial to assimilate, to be similar, to be pronounced in the same place of articulation. Okay, now let's move to another part. تهدهنا معنا برضو نفس الثلاثي اهو. تهدهنا عشان ما نتلخبطش هما هنعرف ان كل القصة دي على الفايف consonants دول. يبقى الفيلرز تهدهنا change into velars. Okay. فيلرز اللي هما مين بقى؟ ك ج okay. امتى؟ before ك and ج. Okay, let's look at the examples. When they say the car instead of that car, no, the car. Okay, the girl يبقى T before ك or ج turns into or change into ك. So you say the car, the girl, the car. Okay. Here we have D هيحصل لها ايه؟ gonna change into G. Let's see. Good girl, instead of saying good girl, so say good girl, good car. Okay, so the D changed into a G before K and G. Okay, number 3, no, it's gonna change into also before K and G. So we say 10 cars gonna be 10 cars. Okay, 10 cars, 10 gardens, 10 gardens, 10 gardens, 10 gardens, 10 cars, 10 gardens, 10 cars and 10 gardens. Okay. So here I hope that this is clear for you. So here we have 3 consonants t, d and n. They become bilabial after bilabial consonants b, p, m and w, and they become velar after velar consonants اللي هم ك, ج and ing. فهم مع بعد البايليبيالز بيبقوا بايليبيالز فبيتحولوا الى ب وب وما، وبعد الفيلرز بيتحولوا هم الاخرين الى برضو فيلر فبيتحولوا الى الت تتحول الى ك والد تتحول الى ج والن تتحول الى ان. Okay. Yes. Now let's move on to the second couple, which is s and z. It's a very easy job here because such changes or becomes sh before ya. Very easy example. Here we have this year, this year, this year, this year. Introduce yourself, introduce yourself, introduce, okay, yourself. So if sa followed by a ya, it turns into a sh. Okay. Second, the, if it is followed by a ya, it turns into a j. Okay. Why? Because sa and sha are voiceless and the and j are voiced. Okay. So let's say where is yours? Where is yours? Okay. Where is yours? So here sa becomes sha and the becomes j. Okay. اخر حاجة بقى برضو عشان متلخبطوش هنا reciprocal, something called reciprocal assimilation with ya. Here we find that the two consonants, both are affected, and they turn into a new consonant. You see, for example, da plus ya. Okay, da plus ya, it becomes j. For example, did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Okay, t. Here, what happens at j? Did j? Okay, here is replacing both what? Both d and ya. So instead of saying did you see it, no, did you? So the ja replaces d and ya. Replaces d and ya. So this is what it's called reciprocal, because both change in order to get a new sound. In order to get a new sound, they assimilate and change together in order to get a new sound. So did you see it? So ja replaces both d and ya. So when I have a d or a da followed by ya, I change both into j, and j overrides, replaces both. Okay. Second, ta plus ya, the same thing. We have, but here we have cha. So want you to come now. Want you to come now. بدل ما نقول want you to come now, say want you to come now. Okay, want you to come now. Okay, so cha replaces both ta and ya. That's why we call it reciprocal, because both are affected. Both affect one another, and they get something new, something different, a new sound. Sa and ya, when they come after each other, they change into also shoes. For example, nice yellow shirt, it gonna be nice. Okay, nice yellow shirt. 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 Okay, the plus ya becomes also only ja. For example, raise your glass, or raise your glass. Raise your glass. Raise double G. Ja. Okay. So this is a very important part. It has to do with place assimilation, and as we see, we have only 5 alveolar consonants which are vulnerable to this sort of phonetic process called assimilation of place. They change their places in order to assimilate to the following consonants. Okay, and now let's move to another kind of assimilation. مش كتير قوي ديت فيها manner, someone or something called manner assimilation. And here we have sounds. Let's look at the examples. Only regressive assimilation. We can have, for example, T plus sa. We have T changed into a sa. For example, the side. Okay, the side. Okay, T and D becomes T and the becomes only the, for example, but we double, by the way, and we make it long. For example, this for that and zoo. So we say the zoo, and the and sa. We have good song, we have good song. The and the, we have bad zone, we have bad zone. And ta and no, we have the night. انه تي خلاص اتغيرت للصوت اللي بعدها. ده كله طالما ان number 1 changes، يعني number 2 is more powerful than number 1. ده كله حالات من regressive assimilation. We have da plus na. We have good night. Good night. We don't say good night. Okay, this or the place. Sorry, assimilation of manner. Here you find da. It changed into na. It changed. It's a place. It's a manner of articulation because da is a plosive consonant, for example, and na is a nasal consonant. So it's changed from being plosive into nasal. فغيرت manner of articulation بتاعها بقت different consonant. Okay. We have also some examples, but we're gonna see them here. The third kind or the second kind is yes, still here assimilation of manner, but different kind, lagging assimilation. And we can see it's progressive here بقى برضه نشوف progressive assimilation. المرة اللي فاتت كنا شايفين manner assimilation but regressive يعني consonant number 2 affects consonant number 1 لكن هنا we gonna have consonant number 1 affects consonant number 2. Look at the examples here. On the house, on the house. مين أنهي الصوت اللي بيتغير هنا؟ only one sound which is the. But what's the sound here that is vulnerable to change? It is the which is a fricative dental consonant the and it assimilates to the following consonants أربعة بس عشان ما نتلخبطش ن ل س and ز alveolar consonants. دي برضو لازم نبقى عارفينها لما دول progressive ونوع من المانر assimilation. وبيحصل ايه ان consonant number 1 becomes it changes the following consonant اللي هو consonant number 2 فالdirection هنا is forward and that's why we call it progressive assimilation. الكتاب مسميها lagging assimilation. It's okay, but I think that the more the commoner or the more common word here or term is progressive. Okay, on the house here on and then the house. What happens is that the consonant in on affects the following consonant which is the. Okay, and so we have on the house, on the house, on the house. Okay, on the house. Okay, the same thing here on the shelves, on the shelves. يبقى هنا الكونسون نمبر 1 affects consonant number 2 اللي هو the خلته بقت ن زيها. اوكي to assimilate عشان يبقوا شبه بعض عشان to save our energy and our time. اوكي نفس ده بالنسبة ل the after na as we see here the after na it changed into na. طب اوكي how about the after la رقم 2 ما هو la as you see. Yes, it happens. It's the same story all the time. Okay, so the change into la زي ما انتم شايفين due to the influence of la of all the change into la also. So all the time نوع من ايه 1 affects 2 يبقى عندنا progressive assimilation. What's the matter? What's the matter? Okay, here we find that what's okay followed by the فالذا على طول زي ما انتم شايفين تحولت إلى سا يبقى what's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? Okay. Number 2, who's the patient? Who's the patient? Who's the patient? The وجا وراها على طول البي تبقى يبقى who's أدا is the. اوكي أدا الصوت اهو هي زي ما انتم شايفين جه وراها الكونسونانت the الدنتال كونسونانت يتحول على طول فنقول who's the patient. Who's the patient? You don't have to say بقى انت who the patient يبقى انت بتنطق who's final the and then عايز تنطق the بتاعت the اللي هي definite article the you make it dental so your tongue moves from the alveolar area to the dental area between the upper and the lower teeth and this takes time and energy and so on. فقال له خلاص مش لازم ننطق the خالص وخليها زي اللي قبلها تبقى how's the patient. Okay, how's the patient. Okay, let's look at the second example. In this context برضو in this context يبقى النس خلاص الذات النون اللي قبلها الأن اللي قبلها خلاص النس context. When they arrive when they arrive okay, will they remember will they remember. look at ال ما اتكلمناش عن ال قبل كده لا ولا اتكلمنا على فقول اهو لما قلنا all the time يبقى will هنا number 2 will they remember تبقى will they. طب انا عملت كده ليه يا جماعه؟ علشان لسه انا عندي the يبقى will و they خلاص الذا ديت تبقى similar للال علشان نبقى يعني save our time and to speak rapidly and fluently and so on. Was there any reason for it? Okay, was and there ده خلاص مش هنطق ذه برضو between the teeth. Okay, فعل make it ذه okay يبقى was there any reason for it? Was there any reason for it? Any reason for it? Was there انا منطقه طبعا خدت على الذه دي بتاعت اللسان لكن was there هنا ممكن تمشي. okay okay finally we have a sort of intonation assimilation, which is called voice or energy assimilation, and here it involves a reduction of the voiceless consonant. هنا we can have a consonant which is voiced turns into a voiceless if it is surrounded by voiceless consonants, and vice versa. So let's look at the example there. Dogs. Okay, the sa or the plural sa becomes za in order to agree in voicing with ga. So dogs, ga here is voiced, but plural as it becomes za to be also voiced just like ga. يبقى هنا نفس اللي قلنا قبل كده. As far as cats, okay, what the s plural we will be pronounced as what? Sa or za. It will be pronounced as sa. ليه? Because t is the final consonant in cat is a voiceless consonant. So the s plural must suit, must fit, must match this voiceless consonant and to be pronounced as sa, to agree in voicing with t. Okay, killed, the ed, killed. The ed here is pronounced as d, voiced, to also agree in voicing with l. Voiced, don't say voiced, no, voiced. Okay, here we find that t agrees in voicing with s, voiced. So is it voiced. The word ends with voice, s, and the t ed must be pronounced as t to agree in voicing with s. Okay, of course. We say of course. Li ka is voiceless, so the v of must be also voiceless, so it turns into its voiceless sister f. Okay, نفس الكلام لو شفنا هنا back door. What happens is that the ka of bag okay, is voiceless. okay, and the of door is voiced. فطبعا لازم يبقوا يقربوا من بعضهم. ك changes into ك. So we say back door, back door. Okay, not embed. The t in not, okay, change into a d, okay, because it is followed by a b, which is a voiced consonant. فالتا والبا لازم ما يبقوا قريبين من بعض. يعملوا ايه؟ تا must change into its a voiced sister, which is b, which is d. So we have not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, let's look at other examples. ده هنا اللي حصل ايه؟ ان الفويس يتحول الى voiceless. Okay, so here energy assimilation. Voiceless consonant, we it has to do with the energy we put in order to pronounce the voiced and voiceless consonant. يبقى لما أقول voice assimilation هي معناها energy assimilation. Okay. I leave today. I leave today. Look at the transcription here. I leave today. طب ليه؟ عشان ف here in leave